Om. Respected friends, welcome you all. Great Shastra, Yoga Vaashishtha Maharamayana. We are studying in this third Utpatthi Prakaranam, 55th Sarga, SAMSARA Marana Varnanam. Marana Varnanam is done. How exactly the death happens and all. Now, after the death, the Jiva, his samsara, where he goes further, is explained. For that, we are told about the 6 types of preta. Who are they? Samanya papi, madhyama papi, stula papi. So to Samanya dharma, madhyama dharma, uttama dharmavan. So almost all these 6, where do they reach, how they go through after the death, those things are very importantly taught to us. Then further in this discussion, we have to cover the topic of yes, Uttama, Punyatma, Dharmatma is told. The other things also are seen, but once more repeating that, we move further. In this text and in every Sarga too, so many great things are taught. Om, 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 Om Sahanavavatu, Sahanau Bhunaktu, Sahaviryam Karavavahai, Tejasvinavadhitamastu, Ma Vidvishavahai, Om Shanti, 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 Om Namo Brahmadibhyo, Brahma Bhakti Yoga Dharma, विद्या संप्रदाय कर्तृभ्यो वंश ऋषिभ्यो महद्भ्यो नमो गुरुभ्यः ओम यैरिमे गुरुभिः पूर्वं पदवाक्य प्रमाणतः व्याख्याताः सर्व वेदान्ताः सच्चास्त्राः तान् नित्यं प्रणतोऽस्म्यहम् ओम शंकर श्रीराम राम रामेति रमे रामे मनोरमे सहस्रनाम तत्तुल्यं राम नाम वरानने ओम ब्रह्मानंदम परम सुखदम परब्रह्मणे श्रुतिमात्रे समस्त ब्रह्म भक्ति योग धर्म विद्या आचार्येभ्यो ऋषिभ्यो मुनिभ्यो गुरुभ्यो देवताभ्यो अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः श्री रामचंद्र परब्रह्मणे नमः श्री वशिष्ठादि ऋषिभ्यो नमः श्री योग वासिष्ठ महारामायण श्री रामचंद्र परब्रह्मणे वशिष्ठादि ऋषिभ्यो अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः संकल्पः तेषां सर्वेषां कृपानुग्रहेण उपनिषद योग वासिष्ठ महारामायणोक्त ब्रह्मात्मैक्य बोधेन अस्मिन् क्षणे एव मोक्ष कैवल्य प्राप्त्यर्थं सनातन धर्मस्य विश्वव्याप्ति विश्व आध्यात्मिक प्रगत्यर्थं धर्म संस्थापकानां नित्य निरंतर दिग्विजयार्थं श्रीराम मंदिरवत् शिव कृष्णादि मंदिरादीनां पुनरवाप्ति तेषु निरंतर शास्त्र अध्ययनादीनां द्वारा भारतवर्षस्य सनातन धर्मस्य बाह्याभ्यंतर शत्रुविघ्न शाश्वत समूल निर्मूल पूर्वक भारतवर्षे विश्वे च अस्मात् क्षणादारभ्य वैदिक हैन्दव संस्कृतेः धर्ममोक्ष पुरुषार्थानां सुसंप्रतिष्ठावाप्त्यर्थम् अस्यां कक्षायाम् आगतानां संकल्पित सत्कर्मसु दिग्विजयः तेषां हृदये परब्रह्मादीनां प्रति भक्त्यादीनां द्वारा जन्म साफल्यार्थम् अनेक शास्त्राणाम् अध्ययन साधना प्रयत्न मध्ये श्री वाल्मीकि महर्षि विरचित श्री राम वशिष्ठ संवाद रूप श्री योग वासिष्ठ महारामायण स्मृति मोक्ष प्रकरण शास्त्रस्य पारायणम् अध्ययनं साधना प्रयत्न मोक्षार्थं वयं सर्वे करिष्यामहे। मंगलाचरण श्लोकाः। ओम यतः सर्वाणि भूतानि प्रतिभान्ति स्थितानि च यत्रैवोपशमं यान्ति तस्मै सत्यात्मने नमः। ज्ञाता ज्ञानं तथा ज्ञेयं दृष्टा दर्शन दृश्यभूः कर्ता हेतुः क्रिया यस्मात् तस्मै ज्ञप्त्यात्मने नमः। स्फुरन्ति सीकरा यस्मात् आनन्दस्याम्बरे वनौ सर्वेषां जीवनं तस्मै ब्रह्मानन्दात्मने नमः। दिवि भूमौ तथाकाशे बहिरन्तश्च मे विभुः यो विभाति अवभासात्मा तस्मै सर्वात्मने नमः। सत्यं ज्ञानमनन्तमेकमजरं नित्यं विभुं शाश्वतं प्रत्यग्ब्रह्मरसायनं सुखगनं पूर्णं परं पावनं स्वात्मज्योतिरनादिमध्यनिधनं मायाविलासैर्मुहुः विश्वाकारमपास्तमायमभयं वन्दे विशुद्धं पदं ज्ञानादेवात्मनो मोक्षः न तु कर्मसमाधिभिः अज्ञातोऽसौ स्वसदृश्यं सृजत्येवेति कीर्त्यते तस्मै श्रीगुरवे वसिष्ठमुनये नित्यं नमस्कुर्महे विश्वामित्रमुनिं शरण्यमनघं भूयो नमस्याम्यहं तस्मै वाल्मीकये श्रीगुरुतमगुरवे भूरिभावैर्नताः स्मः पूर्णानन्दस्वभावः स्वजनहितकृते माययोपात्तकायः कारुण्यादुद्दिदीर्षुर्जनमनवरतं मोहपङ्के निमग्नम् आविश्यान्तर्वसिष्ठं वैरविकलयन् शिष्यभावं वितेने यः संवादेन शास्त्रामृतजलधिममुं रामचन्द्रं प्रपद्ये ओम श्री रामचंद्र परब्रह्मणे नमः वशिष्ठादि ऋषिभ्यो नमः श्री योग वासिष्ठ महारामायण शास्त्रम तृतीय उत्पत्ति प्रकरणे लीलोपाख्याने संसार मरण वर्णनं नाम पंचपंचाशत्तमः सर्गः श्री वशिष्ठ उवाच श्री देवी उवाच मदर सरस्वती is answering to Leela. These things are narrated by Vasishtha ji to Rama Bhagavan. So we have seen these topics, just we will touch it to become familiar with. First is Bhavanti Shadvidaha Pretaha. 6 times of the people who die are Tesham Vedamimam Shrunu. So, depending on what they have done while being in this body and earlier bodies, in what way, where do they go? Please listen from me. Who are they and what are their gatis? And we have to see in which category we are. What are the 6 people? Samanya Papino, the Samanya Papi, छोटे मोटे पाप करने वाले. मध्य पापिनः, mediocre papi. Third, Sthula papinaha. They are the embodiment of all sinful life only. So to Samanya Dharma, people who are living a Samanya Dharma life. In brackets, you can add Samanya Punya. So to Madhyama Dharma, those are mediocrely good people doing their Dharma and Punyadi. Then cha Uttama Dharmavan, those who are doing the Uttama Dharma. So the Papa is 3 types, Samanya, Madhyama or Sthula, Punyatma or Dharmatmas are 3 types. They are also Samanya, Madhyama and Uttama. So 6 categories very clear. Then we have seen the who are the Uttama Papi, how terribly they live their life. Madhyama Papi, Samanya. So to Uttama Punyatma, for whom the whole life is nothing but service and service and service and service. Nothing of his personal, etc. Totally dedicated to that mission or cause which he has taken up or joins somebody. But he is always not in an iota of any ego, selfishness, for me, for my upadhis. This type of thing is not there in him. He is called as the Uttama Dharma. Now, where do they go, each one? Okay. Etesham kasyachit bhedo dvau trayopyata kasyachit. So, in that, the people can be admixtures of these also. 1, 2, 1, 3, 2, 3. It can be. Anna? 1, 2, 1, 3, 2, 3. Some of them can be 1, 2, 3 also. Thoda thoda sab. A part of life they lived. Samanya Papa. Later on, they graduated and they became Madhyama Papi. When they took the PhD degree of doing Uttama Papa. So too, the Samanya Dharma, but inspired by somebody or the other, Madhyama Dharma he has come to. Then through his own convictions, he has gone to the Uttama Dharma sthai. And so many lives it is done. This life too, before the departure. सारे लेडजर में चले जाते हैं कंप्यूटर में. Then the computer takes out the final outcome of it. Permutation combination, you call it as the balance sheet. Now the balance sheet is told who will go where. starting with the Stula Papi, Maha Papi, Utkrishta Papi. Okay. Kashchit Mahapatakavan, the terribly sinful person. For many lives he lived sin in this life also. Um, Vatsaram Smriti Murchanam. So for 1 year he will be in the Smriti Murcha. Vimuda Anubhavati Antaha. In a Vimudata he will be there, and he is in that slumber, stuporous, stony stage. So अनुभवती अंतः पाषाण हृदयोपमः, पाषाण की तरह उनका हृदय अट्टर तमोगुण में रहता है. Nothing he can get up and do something or the other. No. Totally like stone his heart is for 1 year. Then what happens after that? Tatah kalena sambuddha. In time after that, uh, time of his stuporous, slumberous, stay in the nidra is over. Sambuddha wakes up. Then Vasana Jatara Uditam. Vasana Jatara. Vasana means is all past karmas. Kaya, Vacha, Manasa done. They are all karmas. Now here it is called a Vasana. Jatara, they are all there in the pet, in the potlime. Uditam. Out of that, Anubhuya Chiram Kalam. For a long, long period, he goes through what? Narakam, Dukkham, and Akshayam. The Naraka Dukkha, unending, he will suffer depending on how much of the Jatara he has got. Somana Vasana means Dushkarma, Papakarma. Then what? Bhuktva yonishatani uchchaihi dukkha dukkha tarangataha. There, after the Naraka, he will be sent to various Pashu Pakshyadi Yoni, wherein he will have the terrible dukkhas in them also as a result of whatever the Papa Karma done by him. Then Kadachit Shamamayati Samsara Swapna Sambhrame. In that Samsara Swapna Sambhrama, after all that account is settled, then he becomes quieted. Again, इसमें hundreds of possibilities, permutations are there. One of them is what? A quota of papa done by him are released. Therefore, he suffered. In both in Naraka as well as in many yonis. अगर उतना ही है उनका तो ही इज लकी, बट और भी कुछ बचे हैं तो बिफोर दैट कोटा इज रिलीज्ड ही हैज गॉट सम पुण्य कर्म कोटा, so he may be born as human. Then again the residue, papa karma phala, whatever are there, again he will go through. So our interest of understanding is not on this subject. Our interest should be on the other thing. What? Even a little bit of sin is done, doesn't go unaccounted. उसका फल हमें मिलेगा ही, उसको याद रखो. घोर पाप किया तो घोर दुख. देर आफ्टर कदाचित शमम आयाति संसार स्वप्न संभ्रमे. Another option, अथवा मृति मोहांते, after that mruti, leaving this body, jada dukkha shatakulam nana kshanad rukshaditam eva. Without going through the stony life, instead of that he will be sent to the vruksha sthiti. Difference between stone and ruksha is, in vruksha at least there is little response to the weather, the atmosphere, the water, the sunlight. Rudimentary life is there. In the pashana sthiti, even that is not there. So his papa may be 99.9, 100% वाले को सीधा पत्थर 1 साल, इसको थोड़ा उससे माफी, इसको पेड़ बना दिया. So kshanad vrukshaditam eva hrutsam anubhavanti te. So in the vruksha type of a jiva, na he will experience in himself. And in that vruksha sthiti, as we told, anybody can pluck the flowers or the fruits or the leaves, can cut the branches. Then what do you say? Heavy rains, winds, they will shake. So that jiva helplessly goes through those dukkha. So what it therefore says to us, the very sublime thing we have to catch. One, in those vrukshas also there is jiva. Two, all these things give dukkha to him. He goes through that dukkha, but he cannot do anything. कोई पेड़ काट रहा है, that काटने का दुख होता है उसको, पेड़ में रहने वाला चीव को, but he cannot say anything to that fellow. यार मैं जिंदा हूँ, don't kill me, etc. Among the vriksha, some are by choice take the vriksha yoni sharira for their meditation sadhana. Like in Vyasa's story of Shukadeva, when Vyasa asked Shuka to stop Putra Putra, Tanmayataya Taravabaha Abhineduhu. About because of the Tanmayata, the oneness with Shukadeva ji, the trees have answered. So how come they answer? Unless they are such a matured ones, awakened ones, how can they answer to Vyasa's call? So there must be some sadhakas who have taken that by choice. Yahan by choice nahi, by compulsion the yonis are given. Thereafter what happens? This person after the vrukshata for many lives. Instead of the Pattaratha for 1 year, he will be going through the Vrukshata for as long as that Vruksha Rupi Falapane ke liye Papa, whatever he has got. Thereafter, like the earlier said thing, Swavasananurupani Dukkhani Narake Punaha Anubhuya. Like the earlier case, this person also Jiva sent to the Naraka, and all here Vasana word is intelligently mentioned by the Saraswati Mata, that it is because of Durvishta Vasanas that we have the Dushkama in our mind. Therefore, we do that Ghora terrible Papa. Therefore, according to those Vasanas is equal to desire, is equal to the Dushta Karmas done. What will happen to him? Dukkhani Narake Punaha Anubhuya. He goes through those Dukkha in Naraka, then Yonishu Jayante Bhutale Chirat. Then he comes on to the Artha. He will be born in so many again Pashubhaksha Yoni. So much pap he has done na, because of Ghora Papi ki baat ho rahi hai. After all of that is done, then like the earlier one, that Shama Mayati, that he is released from all those inflictions, pains, and he will be born as a human being again. So Vrukshayoni, Naraka, then Pashupakshayoni for long time, then Manush. In all the Vruksha, Naraka, Pashupaksha, Pakshayoni, whatever the Vasana Anurupa is equal to Dushkarma Anurupa, the Dukkhas he is given. Don't forget it. What about Madhyama Papi? Ata Madhya Papo Yaha. The mediocre pap karne wala, Mruti Mohad Anantaram. After that Mruti, that Jiva, Sashila Jataram Jadyam. He also goes to that Shila Jatara Sthiti, Jadata Sthiti. But Kanchit Kalam. For some time only, not for 1 year like the earlier Mahapapi. So Kanchit Kalam Prabhashyati, Tada Prabuddhaha. Then waking up from that Shila Sthiti, Kalena, Kena Chidva Tada Evava. Kalena va Tada Evava. Depending on his Papa Karmas done, instantaneously or after some time, Tiryagadi Kramaihi Muktva. He will be given the Tiryag Yoni, Pakshyadi Yoni, and the Dukkhas he will go through them. Then Samsara Meshyati. He will that way, Tiryag Yoni goes through the Samsara means Dukkha Adi. Then Mrute Evanubhavati Kachit Samanya Pataki Savasananusarena Deham Sampannam Akshatam. So this is told about the Madhyama Pataki. The Samanya Pataki also, after the death, whatever little bit dukhas are there, he will be given. Then in the human life, he will be born. If Pashu Pakshi Yoni also, he will be born, but वो पालतू वाले के रूप में जन्म लेंगे या नहीं तो कम दुख वाले. Then, because less papa he has done, not the Ghora Papa, Madhyama Papa. Then he'll come to human life. All said and done, because he's a papi, in the human life also, that type of body, those type of parents, that type of atmosphere, he will get resulting his papa, result of his papa karma. In this way, the three type of the Stula Papi, Madhyama Papi, Samanya Papi, how they go through their samsara after the mrityu, that is given. Think about it, contemplate about it. What is our position? Be clear about it. Okay? Now come to the next one. What is that? Ki, next. Savasananusarena deham sampannam akshatam. So he will get Savasananusarena the deham. This much is done. Swaswapnaiva sankalpa iva chetati tadrusham tasminneva kshane tasya smrutirithamudeti cha. So, he will swapnaiva sankalpa iva chetati tadrusham. Those he's going through those papa phalas will be like the swapna dukkhas and sankalpa dukkhas. Tasmin eva kshane tasya smriti iti itam udeti cha. Luckily, he will be having even the smriti that this is what was the things done by me negative. Therefore, I am given this dukkha. So he goes through them, he suffers them, but he also remembers these are the papas done for which these results are given. He is little better placed than the other two. Uttama, Madhyama, Papi. Sorry. Stula Papi, Madhyam Papi is better. Now comes about the Dharmatmas, Punyatmas. What about them? Yetu Uttama Maha Punyaha. Those who have done the Uttama Dharma and Maha Punya, they also will die one day. That death is called as Maranam, definitely. After death, where he goes through is called Samsara. So Mruti Moha Dhanantaram. After this Mruti, that Jiva, where he goes? Swarga Vidyadharapuram. He goes to the Swargapura and Vidyadharapura. Smrutya Sanubhavanti Te. So having gone there, hmm, they enjoy the Savidyadharpuram Smrtya Sanubhavanti Te. Smriti here means as a result of whatever the Mahapunyas they have done. The Mahapunya you do, Swargaloka, Vidyadhara Loka, we go there to have their Sukhas and Bhogas. After that what? Tatonya Karma Sadrusham Bhuktva Anyatra Phalam Nijam. So if he has got along with so much of Punya, some Papa he has done knowingly, unknowingly here and there. For the exhaustion of that, he will be sent to Leelavrita, Kimpurusha, Adiloka, Khanda. In those Shariras he will go. He will experience them. Thereafter, a very important thing, Jayante Manushe Loke. He will come back to be born in the Manusha Loka. That also, Sashrike Sajjanaspade. In that Shri Yukta, Sat Guna Yukta, Sat Sanskara Yukta, Manushya Kutumba or family, he will be born now in that Vamsha. This is what about the Mahapunyatma. This is the exhaustive answer given by Krishna to Arjuna's question also. कि जो साधना कर रहा है बिना मोक्ष पाए मरता है तो उनको मोक्ष भी नहीं मिला यानी सारे यहाँ का सुख भोग उसने त्यागा सो ही विल बी नाइदर हियर नॉर देयर कच्चिन्नो भविभ्रष्ट छिन्नाभ्रयो नश्यति अप्रतिष्ठो महाबाहो विमुडो ब्रह्मणपति एतन्मे संशयं कृष्ण चेतुमर्हस्य शेषतः तदन्य संशयस्यास्य क्षेत्रान उपपद्यते. Then Bhagavan gives answer 6th chapter. Don't worry, Arjuna. Whatever sadhana, punya done, it never goes waste. First, Bhagavan says, Partha naiveha namutra vinashastasya vidyate. He will not be destroyed. By the thumb rule principle is, nahi kalyana krut kasyit durgatim tata gachat. Kalyana krut never goes to durgati. Then what will happen? The one who has done sadhana but died in between before reaching the ultimate Brahma goal, he says, कश्चिन प्राप्य पुण्यकृतान् लोकान् he goes to Swarga and Vidyadhar Loka, Ushitva Shashwati Samaha, enjoying there for long time. Then comes as a human life, Shuchinam Srimatam Gehe, Yoga Brashta Vijayat. In the Shuddha Samskara Yukta, Dhanavan Yukta family, he will be born. Athava or Yogi Nameva Kule Bhavati Dhimatam. He will be born in the Yogi's Kula. Etaddi Durlabhataram Loke Janmayadi Drusham. This type of getting birth in the Yogi's family is a Durlabhatara. Then having reached there, Tatratam Buddhi Samyogam Lavate Paura Daihikam. Then he gets the Buddhi Samyoga of the earlier life. Then Yatatecha Tato Bhuya Samsiddho Purunandana. according to what he has done in earlier life, उसको continue करते रहेंगे वो. And पूर्वाभ्यासेन तेनैव ह्रियते ह्यवशोऽपि जिज्ञासुरपि योगस्य शब्द ब्रह्माति वर्तते. So the purva janma krita all sadhana abhyasa bala, he will pull back him to they will pull back him to the sadhana sthiti. As was said there, here also, he will be having gone to Vidyadhara Sargadi Loka, enjoying the Punya Phala. If little Papa is there, he will go to Kimpurusha Ilavarta Loka. Then he comes on the human life, he will enter into the family of the Shriman as well as Sadhaka. So, Sashrike Sajjanaspade. This is about Uttama Punyama. What about Madhyama? Yecha Madhyama Dharmanaha. Those who are mediocre in their doing the sadharmas and punya karma, prayanti oshadi valla pallavam tatra charu phalam bhuktva pravishya hrudayam lunam. So he will go to those Nandanavana, Chitravana ityadi, Chaitravana, which are full of lots of beautiful trees and creepers and flowers and fruits. There, not like the Sarga Payave Uttama Loga, but they will be in the second level. Okay. Where they will be Nandanavana, Chaitravana Adi, in that again Kinnara Kimpurusha Yaksha Adi Sharira, he gets the Madhyama Punyatma. Having enjoyed all of them, then he comes back. The coming back of this Madhyama Punyatma is explained here. Of others also, but इनका कहा उन्होंने कि तत्र चारुपलम भूत्वा प्रविश्य हृदयम लुणाम. How he enters? Retasam aditishtanti garve jati krama uchite. Okay. He, through the Vayu, etc., Varsha, he enters into the Bhuloka. Remember all of that. He, in that Bhuloka, from the Bhumi, he enters into the Dhana, the grains, etc. Then from that he enters into the man when he eats that through the food. From that food eaten, he enters into his, like the Virya Shakti and all. Then he enters into the Stri Garbha. That's how the Madhyama Punyatma's Janma happens. When these two are told, the third one, the Samanya Punyatma also, you can say, a little bit here will be thoda ek din sair kara ke unko, he will be given again the human life. Now when you contemplate on these things and compare the people in this world and compare our own life, we get an idea of what we have done in the past. It also gives us an idea as to how we have to exert now to assure our future to be divine, glorious, etc. For that purpose only these things. Okay. Then what? All the three stands explain. So Uttam Punyavan to batai diya, Madhyam Punyavan to bata diya. In that the Samanya Punyavan also comes into. The explanation is stands explained. Then what happens after that? How all these happen is explained. कि स्ववासनानुसारेण पिरेता एतां व्यवस्थितिं मूर्छान्तेऽनुभवन्त्यन्तः क्रमेणैवाक्रमेण च. देखो, in this way, स्ववासनानुसारेण. Here Vaashishtha ji or Saraswati Mata using the word swavasana, but you must add the other two, vasana leading to kamana, kamana leading to karma. So swavasana, kamana, karma anusarena, pretaha, the dead people, etam vyavasthitim. This type of vyavastha they go through murchante. After this murcha, which you and I call as the death. Murchante anubhavanti antaha. The punchline here is all these anubhavas are happening to them in their own chitta only. And these things kramena eva akramena cha. So I told you one krama. In that krama only it need not happen. That krama can change depending on that individual's vasana, kamana, karma. So durvasana, dushta kamana, dushkarma. Sadvasana, then shishta kamana and satkarma. Whatever it is. Krama can be changed. The way of taking him, as I told, It may change little bit here and there, but mote taur par that is what. This is how 6 pretas are told, their gatis. Now this we listen many a times, but here categorically, clearly from the mouth of Mother Saraswati and Vaashishthaji, we are blessed to listen. Now after listening this, obviously we have to be sensitive enough about what we are living every moment and also know what we are going to get. और पॉजिटिव चीजें आपको चाहिए, so then we must do the positive things on. That's why in our childhood पुण्य पाप का हर दिन बातें होते थे. एनीथिंग रॉन्ग डन, ये पाप है करके हमें डांटते ही रहते थे. एंड देन वी आर टोल्ड टू डू द पुण्य कर्म. Always, 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 always. Right, friends? After this topic is done, Adau Mruta Vayam iti Buddhyante Tadanukramat Bandhupindadidanena Protpanna iti Vedinaha. Okay. Further it is said. It is said, how future after the death the jivas feel themselves, unka drishti kaisa hota hai, very very important thing which we generally discuss, but we may get answer, may not be complete that one. Yeah, from Saraswati Mata clearly we are knowing it. Okay, adau mruta vayamiti. First, these mruta people, jivas, when they leave body, first they recognize, oh, we have left this body now. There is no entry to this body again. Into that they थोड़ा ट्राई करते होंगे घुसने को, वो संभव नहीं हुआ. So it may take little time for them to realize, okay, we left now, we cannot enter into. That is the meaning of adau mruta vayam iti. Buddhyante. First they take some time to realize and then they accept also. Okay. Thereafter, tad anukramat bandhu pindadi danena. Bandhu pindadi danena. Before that, that dasha dina, whatever the krutyas are done, as per our own shastras, that jiva sees all of them, knows all of them, becomes aware of that. Thus, these prakriyas that are told in shastras are to release that jiva from the bondage of this sharira and this people. Sharira anyway burnt with all the other beings also. So all of that he watches. So this is an authority. That's why we say for those 10, 12 days, that jiva will be here. They will do all your, what are the things to be done? Thank you for whatever he has done. Forgive him for whatever wrong he has done. Ask him for forgiveness if you have done wrong. Pray that he should go to the higher evolutionary shariras or lokas. Our, what do you call, responsibility ends there. Beyond that, no, that person. Throughout life also, depending on our love for him relations, we go on doing the Pinda Pradhanas or Dana Karma on his name, they reach him. So, Adau Mrutavayamiti Buddhyante Tadanakramat Bandhu Pindati Danena Pra Utpanna iti Vedinaha. So, the Pinda Pradhana done by the Bandhus in some way required for his sustenance reaches to him. Then what? Depends. गुड पीपल और बैड पीपल सबके बारे में हो रहा है एक्सप्लेनेशन यहाँ. ततो यम भटा एते काल पाशान्विता इति. देखो, these the yama bhattas have come with the kala pasha. So the dead person sees the yama dutas coming with the kala pasha in the hand. Then niyamanaha prayamne vihi kramat yamapuram tviti. So they will be taking me to the yamaloka. So niyamana prayamne bihi kramat yamapuram titi. So that distance it is mentioned here. After leaving the Sharira, when the Yamadutas come with Yamapasha, they have to take him for Yamaloka for the discussions and further judgments. It takes 1 year to reach that period of time, whatever it is. 1 साल ले जाते हैं उनको. Okay, that jiva he is aware of all of that. First thing is aware is, I am dead. With this body, I have nothing to do. That body is burnt now. These all my relatives have done the Pinda Pradhana, that is reaching me in some or the other form of the food for my sustenance. Then he sees the Yamadutas coming. है ना, रस्सी के साथ. Then they take him to Yamaloka. Time taken 1 year. Time taken is 1 year for all the 6 of them, but the path in which they are taken is different. That is explained here. First, he was a Uttama Punyatma. How he is taken to the Yamaloka for further inquiry and decision of where to take him. Narak mile jaye ya Swarg mile jaye. So here the topic we are discussing is that Jiva is aware of all that. That he is aware, that's what we are saying. Then Udyanani, he will be taken through various Udyanavanas. Vimanani, he will be taken in the flights only, chartered flights. Shovanani, most beautiful Sundara Vimanas. Punaha Punaha. So going through all of that, he will be taken. Because he has done Uttama Uttama Punya. Na? So Swakarmabhir Upattani. He has earned them Upatta by his Swakarma, the Punya Karmas. Divyani Tiyava Punyavan. To that Mahapunyatma, all these Divya Rupena. So through the Nandanavanas, the Udyanavanas, the beautiful parks or gardens or lakes in the Vimana, in a very beautiful path he will be taken. Like on the earth also, how many travels we have done. Swarga, like roads also we traveled with the beautiful greeneries both side and all. We also have gone through the Kachapakka road with all gaddon ke saath, with landslides and कीचड़ and all, thar ke saath वगैरह. If you remember it, the path for this Preta having left the body going towards Yamaloka taken by Yamadutas is same way. Like that only. So Niyamana Udyanani Vimanani Shobhanani Punah Punah Swakarmabhi Upattani Divyani Teva Punyavano. So what about the Dushta Papatma? Is he also taken in that way? No, no, no. Then Himani means lot of the snow, Thanda Thanda wala. Then Kantakacha, the lot of thorns, etc. Shwabhra, the pits, gade hote hain. Then Shastra, Shastra means lot of the weapons जो चुभने वाले पत्र बनानी चाहिए शस्त्र पत्र means कांटो वाले पौधे not the soft udyanavanas. So maybe through the forests of cactus etc. or there are some big thorned plants we have seen in childhood. Re Baba, you can imagine even if I remember now how painful that must be. इतना बड़ा कांटा घुस गया अंदर क्योंकि जाते थे रात में बाथरूम अगर बिजली बिजली तो नहीं होती टॉर्च भी नहीं होता था नो लाइट तो इतना बड़ा चुभ गयो 1 महीना तक दैट पेन इज सो पावरफुल इवन आई कैन रिमेम्बर दिन रात वो चुभता रहता है you cannot go to school you cannot study so that type of path where such thorns are there such plants are there or there are the other things called as himani kantaka shwabhra shastra patra vanani cha. Why that path? Swakarma dushkrita utthani. Sampraptani iti papavan. He is going through that, then he is again clear about his picture. That these are the papa I have done, therefore I am taken through this path of Bhayankara Dukkha. This is what Adi Shankara Bhagavan says in the Lakshmi Nrsimha Karavalamba Stotra. बद्ध्वा गले यमभटा बहुभत्सयन्ति कर्षन्ति यत्र पथि पाशशतैर्माम् एकाकिनं परवशं चकितं दयालो लक्ष्मी नृसिंह मम देहि करावलम्बम् बद्ध्वा गले यमभटा बहुभत्सयन्ति कर्षयन्ति यत्र पथि पाशशतैर्माम् दिस पाथ Ekakinam paravasham. There nobody to listen to your complaint, demands. I'm not doing all description. Huh? You read the गरुड़ादि पुराण को खून बह रहा है कोई दवा लगाने वाले नहीं होता प्यास लगती है कोई पानी देने वाले नहीं होते हैं यू आस्क दैट यम भट्टा दे गिव 2 more ठंडा एक्स्ट्रा पीट कर ले जाएंगे because they're all dushkarma phala, one has to suffer on. Terrible that travel for 1 year through that path till we go to Yamaloka. It is only sample. Huh? Then for his papa, the bigger dukkha that are to be given the Naraka Lokas, that will be decided there. रास्ते में ही जैसे पुलिस वाले कोई चोर को थाने में ले जाकर केस दर्ज करने से पहले ही उसका अड्डी फसली कर देते isn't it like that? इयम में दिस इज हाउ संप्राप्तानि इति पापवान इयम में सौम्य संपाता सरणे ही शीतशाद्वला स्निग्ध छाया सवापीका पुरः संस्थेति मध्यमः. So the Madhyama Punyatma is taken through Saumya Sampataha Saranihi Shita Shadvalaha, a cool blades of grass and no harmful path he is taken. Snigdha Chayaha, there is shade, shadow also is there in the path of him. Savapi Kaha, thank God, in between there are Vapi Kupa Tataga for his to have the waters, etc. ये तो मध्य पुण्य आत्मा है, पापी नहीं है ना. मध्य पुण्य आत्मा के बीच में ढाबे में रुकवा कर उनको चाय पानी पिलाकर ले जाते रहते हैं. देन पूरा संस्थेति मध्यमः. So the Madhyama Punyatma is going through all that and he remembers. These are the Punya karmas have done. These are all the result of that. Then what happens? Ayam prapta ayamapuram. Then aham esha, ayam esha sa bhutapaha. This is, they reach the karma, what is the Yamapuri. All the three plus 3, 6. So Mahapunyatma told in Vimana etc. Mahapadmatma told घसीट कर ले जाएंगे. Madhya Punyatma told how is taken. Other three you can imagine. So they reach. Then they are aware of Yamaraj. So ayam praptaha Yamapuram. They see that Yamapur पहुंच गए. They are not in slumber, stupor state. They know it. Then ayam esha sa bhutapaha. So here is what Yamaraja, who is the Adipati of all the Yamadutas, etc. Then ayam karma vicharaha atra krutaha. So here is seated the Chitragupta, who is presenting the case to Yamaraj about all the karma ka chitta kolkar, all the hisab kitab. So ayam karma vichara atra krutaha iti anibhutiman. In that way, he gets that anubhuti. It is not a blind thing. Then, here that you cannot have any defense lawyer taken from the earth. वहाँ कोई डिफेंस लॉयर प्रोसिक्यूशन नहीं होता. सबको क्लियर है. पैसे रिश्वत देकर यू कांट खरीदो द विटनेसेस और द वकील्स लाइक हियर. द केस इज वेरी क्लियर विथ ऑल द प्रूफ्स. You and I have artificial intelligence. They have the conscious intelligence. They have the proofs of whatever we have done. Kaya, vacha, manasa, सारा वहाँ list होता है. So you cannot झूठो there. You cannot lie there. पता है clear. So therefore, ayam karma vicharatra kruta iti anubhutiman iti pratyekam abhyeti prutuh samsara khandakaha yata samstita nishesha padarthachara bhasuraha. So in this way, for each of these jivas, मोटे तौर पर दिस इज व्हाट हैपेंस. बट बारीकी में देखो तो डिपेंडिंग ऑन ईच वंस amount of punyas and papas, the combinations done, the things are taken care there. So iti pratyekam abhyeti. Pratyekam to everybody undoubtedly, but pruthu differently samsara khandakaha. This is called as samsara varnanam. Marana and samsara varnana is the name of this chapter. Marana is told, no samsara is told. Yata samstita nishesha padarthachara bhasuraha. So how long this goes on? So what is meant here is, when he is going there, iti pratyekam abhyeti prutu samsara khandakaha yata samstita nishesha padarthachara bhasuraha. So he is in full awareness of where he is going. Ki, in that place, all the objects, all the activities that are happening in that Yamapuri, who is doing what work, ये सारे भी उनको अवगत होते हैं. He will be observing everything. So the Vastu Darshana, Vyakti Darshana, variety of karma that is happening. मतलब यमराज का कोई पानी ले आ रहा है, कोई ऐसा जैसे हम दिखता है ना, सेम वे. Now, after saying this about the Jiva Gati, before elaborating again little more in between, like pause dekar, most important thing, Mother Saraswati says, my dear friends, all of that is only from the Mithya Drushti, Avidya Drushti, Ajnana Drushti, while all these gatis are happening to the Jivas of six types, Preta, still in each of them, that one without second Adhisthana Brahman is there. In that Brahman, none of these are happening. सो आकाश इव निशून्ये शून्यात्मैव विभो धर्वान् देशकाल क्रिया दैर्घ्य भासुरोपि न किंचन. In that pure self who is as empty like the conscious space, in that conscious self all of them are actually not happening. Otherwise सुन सुनकर हमको यही सत्य मन लगते हैं. But these fellows, whoever have not realized that self, therefore they are in this deluded ignorance and all, then they go through that portion will study tomorrow. Thank you. Om Purnamada Bol Shri Ramachandra Bhagwan ki Jai. Dhanyavad. Next class, just 15-20 minutes.